Yo, see that? See that? Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews.
It's over.
I'm Dave. This is Sam. And tonight, that's right, we are reviewing Spider-Man No Way Home. Yes, the movie of the year. Let some people say it. The Spider-Man event of all time. Let some people say it. The greatest thing to ever come out of Marvel, let some people say it. But us, what do we say? Well, keep watching to find out. But before we get into our review, we want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, we're live every week with some new content. I'm doing my Christmas videos this month. I have a couple up already. So make sure you guys go check that out. As you all can graciously and wonderfully see, the amazing Sam is back in the BrickWall studio. Let's give her a round of applause. Let's give her a round of applause, everybody.
What you mean back?
Well, the people haven't seen you in quite some time.
Was it quite some time? I'm so sorry. Guess what, guys? I fall asleep. I am tired. I am usually sleeping.
Yeah, so everyone can stop the conspiracy theories that I fired her because I did not fire her.
I'm so sorry. I had to make sure I stayed up tonight. And yeah, I'm tired. So yeah.
Yeah.
I be sleeping.
Yeah, we here. We doing this review. So
but anyway.
Yeah.
It's not about me sleeping and missing reviews. It's about
doing
Spider-Man.
It's about Spider-Man. That's right. So obviously we are going to talk spoilers in this review, but first we're going to give you guys a chance just to get a general overall feeling of how we felt about the movie. And those are not going to have spoilers in it. But as soon as we're done, I'm going to yell spoilers and we're going to jump right into it. So if you don't want to be spoiled, hey, when you hear me get the signal, then whatever, come back and watch the video when you're done.
Give the signal?
So,
what if somebody comes on after you yell spoilers?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. If you're watching this and you just happen to jump in and spoilers, I'm sorry.
We can post a comment.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try to remember that. Right. Yeah. Okay, so that said, general overall feelings of the movie. We're gonna start with you, Sam.
Oh my God, why do I have to be the one to be here? Why? Spare me. But anyway, overall, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really well organized.
Mm-hmm.
I thought everything overall, not digging deep into and looking for anything. Overall, it was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good movie.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It turned out a lot better than I would have thought. With all the things that were rumored to go on and all things that actually did go on, it turned out a lot better than I thought it would have been. This is the film that I've seen a lot of people say, this is the film that's the actual real Spider-Man movie. To me,
it is. To me too.
I've enjoyed Tom Holland's performance over these three movies.
I don't think nobody's saying that.
No, but like the discrepancies they have with him, I can only really agree with one, is that they always made him Iron Boy, Iron Man Jr.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was mixing up two different things just now. Right.
No, there's a lot of it is definitely mixed in with his performance as well. Like a lot of people don't think that Tom Holland is a good Spider-Man and that the movie suffered because he's not a good Spider-Man. You gotta think that's an entire conversation that I don't agree with. I think this movie definitely. More people than you would imagine.
Crazy people.
I think this movie definitely silences.
Spider-Man.
You know what? And the conversation on that changed, and we'll talk about that in spoiler talk. But this has definitely, I think this shuts everyone up because, like I said, I've always been a fan of the Tom Holland movies. I thought they were some of the best Spider-Man movies. I mean, of course, outside of Tobey, of course, because I grew up on those. But this is a great. I would love to have grown up on these films as well. And this does cement him as possibly the greatest Spider-Man. Take away Tobey, because again, for goodness sake,
I'm gonna tell you to go
for sake. But this does cement Tom Holland as, you know, a standard for modern Spider-Man. Like moving on forward, if you recast another Spider-Man actor, you can look at Tom Holland's performance and get a lot from it.
First of all, I think that everybody's always going to go back to Tobey's performance.
Of course, because he was the first, the OG.
That's what I'm saying. Like he his performance is just forever. Will forever. He's gonna be like Stan Lee's old as hell sitting there, and they're gonna call him in for the cameo because we're gonna need old ass Spider-Man coming from the multiverse. It's gonna be goddamn Tobey Maguire.
Right.
For
Definitely.
real.
I can see it. No, I can
For
see
real.
it happening.
That's how great of a Spider-Man actor he was.
Yeah.
That's how great of a Spider-Man actor he was.
A lot of things, of course, we all know the villains from the previous Spider-Man movies were in this. I did not think they were going to be this good in this movie, except for one that I'm going to talk about in spoilers. Well, no.
So what are we supposed to be talking about now?
Just overall how we felt.
We liked it. Go see it there. So
okay, so you want to dive? All right.
And guess what? If you want to know anything else, watch the trailer.
All right. Well, with that said, the bell has been rung. 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes in. Spoilers! No. So the part with the Hulk and when Wolverine came in, and I was like, oh shoot. Wolverine came in with the claws, and it was Hugh Jackman. Yeah, they reversed his death from Logan. I was like, yo, this is wild. I could not believe that. And then they brought in the Fantastic Four, the Reed Richards from the original Fantastic Four movies. Like, I was like, dang. And everything I just said was a lie. I was just stalling so she can, so we can pull it apart.
Slow. I'm like,
no, okay. So those are the fake spoilers. So now, here are the real spoilers. Real spoilers coming in. So.
Real spoilers is that these are cricket now. How did that happen? I don't even know what these are.
So, very obviously, and everyone knows this, worst kept secret in Hollywood. Yes, Toby and Andrew are in this movie. They did it. They showed up. So that's the one spoiler I got already. So
all right. So I'm gonna say me as a person, not really caring about trailers and not really caring about what's like actually gonna happen. Like in a movie, if I catch a trailer for a movie, I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm saying that to say that. When the other Spider-Man were coming in, when the other villains were coming in, I was like, damn, he need to get some other Spider-Man in there. Next thing I know, I swear, I was like, damn. I said, that should be hard as fuck if the other Spider-Man came in there. Because like I said,
No, she's the best person to go into a movie cold with. She really is, because she can give a genuine, unlike me, I'm like, trailer, click.
I don't do that. Even when he's showing me, I'm half watching, I'm like, bro, please, damn, I'm watching, damn. Yeah, like...
Because I'm either gonna drag her to the movie to see it, or she's gonna see the trailer on TV.
Like I went to the movie theater and I didn't even know what the hell I was seeing. I thought I was seeing a whole nother movie, and I was wrong. So
I remember that.
So yeah, but anyway, so so I was like, yeah, they didn't bring it. So the Spider-Man came, and I was like, yeah. So Amazing Spider-Man, I really didn't fuck with him. I'm sorry, I didn't. But Toby.
Yeah, Big Toe. Yeah, that was cool.
And you know how you know he's amazing? Is that he didn't even have to come in there with the Spider-Man suit on.
Yeah, he just came in there with regular clothes.
Yo.
Regular outfit. And it's funny because when he came in, he was like, that's just some guy with regular clothes. And then, of course, they do their Spider-Man, their quick little Spidey fight. Mm-hmm. And they was, he's like, I'm Spider-Man too. And the real funny joke with that was like, why didn't you just say it? It was like, well, that defeats the purpose of being an anonymous superhero. So, do you have anything else to say about the Toby? Because the Toby and Andrew were not the only big things that happened in the movie. Don't get it wrong, but they're
just that introduction, just having that there. I'll, in regards to that, I'll also say, since we want to focus, like we can go like that. Okay. So no, I'm just saying. But so I also enjoyed the fight with the 3 Spider-Men.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to sense collectively, and I also like Toby and Andrew's little interaction. Because it actually gave us time for them to have time with each other. Yeah.
We got a lot of good dialogue between them. And of course, it was like fan service and stuff like that, some of the stuff they were saying. But they also kind of dove back into their respective universes in their stories. We got to see how Toby's Spider-Man ended up. He's still with Mary Jane. He's still making things work. He's maybe still active. I don't know how active he said he still was. And Andrew... he had a darker path. He went down to pretty much being a real brutal, maybe even a Spider-Man that might have killed someone because of the whole Gwen Stacy incident. So he never truly got over that. So we got to see how those things turned out. And it was really cool.
That Tom, that he actually got to experience the different, sides of both of their stories.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of like puts him in the middle of decision making.
Right.
See what he wants to do. Because I mean, he still can decide. That's the thing.
And it's very interesting because with Toby, his story was of vengeance. He actually knows what it's like to have gone after someone and killed them for revenge. With Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, he knows what it's like to still be on that dark path and not heal completely yet from it. So now what we have with Tom Holland, and this is a great way to segue into the villains, he is currently experiencing for the first time this really heavy loss at the hands of a decision that he made. He could have stopped the Green Goblin. He could have stopped all these other villains from doing the things that they've done and saved his Aunt May. Because, you know, Aunt May does unfortunately pass in this movie, but it's something that he could have prevented. And so he, like you just said, he's at that crossroad just in learning from those two other Spider-Men that, okay, I can go down this path, but it doesn't lead anywhere. I can go down that path. It won't lead anywhere. Like, I have to make this decision to be better and not make the same choices that they made. I don't have to be brutal Spider-Man. I don't have to be a Spider-Man who learned from killing someone.
Or I can make the same choice that they made and still make different decisions.
Right, and still be better than
them. That's not going to make me bitter. That's not going to make me sad. So it's going to be interesting to see which path he chooses to take.
Right. So that's a very big theme in the movie. And outside of that, though, this movie honestly takes Peter Parker through the ringer. I thought this was all PR talk when I saw it in the interviews and stuff. I'm like, oh, they just saying that, you know, to get us all hyped. No, they took this poor little boy and tore his life up. He did. He got his rites of passage in this movie. Like, he had to earn the title of Spider-Man for people who feel that way.
Yeah.
He earned it.
Well, he's gonna earn it.
Yeah, he still does have a long ways to go in some regards.
I'm just saying that to say that we still have to see what his process is gonna be.
Right.
Like, those who've seen Amazing Spider-Man saw his process. And like I said, we get updates on that process apparently. But I can only talk about the regular Spider-Man. I'm so sorry. So regular Spider-Man, we see what happens when he goes through the cycle of revenging Uncle Ben's, murderer or whatever. Find out it's the wrong person. That's the thing he didn't say. He didn't.
Right. Oh yeah.
That's
he did.
He didn't say. I was like, he didn't say that. So I wonder if he's just holding on to that, just
right. Right. But I mean, but also to his credit, I mean, Toby's Spider-Man can sit there and talk about how he's had loss and grief and wanted revenge. He could sit there for days and talk to him about it, really. But, I mean, and that would have been awesome because, again, it would have gave Tom's Spider-Man kind of like that insight as well, I think. So it would have been a little stronger, but also a little more pointless. So the villains in this, like I said, Peter Parker is taken through so much in this movie, and a lot of it is the cause of the Green Goblin himself. Before I talk about him, though, I do want to talk about some of the other villains. Yeah. There were 5 villains total, 2 from Andrew Garfield, 3 from Tobey Maguire. So Doc Ock, let's go through them real briefly. Doc Ock, what do we think? How's that?
I like Doc Ock when he was a villain as well. I liked him like in that whole Spider-Man his whole series. I enjoyed him, so it's like,
yeah, it was a good return. Yeah, it was a good return. And one detail I didn't notice because I watched the Easter eggs video today is that the tentacles, they're red, and when they're red, that means he's being controlled. I haven't watched Spider-Man 2 in some time, so that's probably an obvious detail, but
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't do the marathon things, not really, because we would have reviewed them on the channel if that was the case. So, but yeah, that's something I didn't notice. Like I said, I didn't see Spider-Man 2 sometimes, so don't kill me for that. But when they turn white, that means he's in control. So the whole time when they were red, because I was like, why is he so evil now? Like, didn't he kind of turn into a good guy though at the end? It was really the tentacles that were out there taking over, which I thought was pretty cool. His fight with Spider-Man, I thought was really good. I like when he took the nanotech off Spider-Man's suit and integrated it into his tentacle arms, but then it turned out Spider-Man could control those as well. I thought that was a really awesome sequence and a really cool way to subdue him. I like the setup around the fight. Peter just trying to stand up for his friends, the admission counselor, and for college, because that's a portion of the story we have not talked about yet. The actual real plot. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. So I liked everything about it, and I like how Doc Ock, turned out not to be as evil, but still, they were able to
but
kill
like
him.
I said, I think Doc Ock always was trying not to be evil.
Yeah.
I think his was a real fight with what he created. Like I think he never wanted to be that evil.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad that we were able to see that. The next villain I want to talk about.
And I'm just saying that based on just the Spider-Man movies. So
yeah,
y'all who read the comics, like,
oh, I don't know nothing about that. I'm not the comic guy. The second villain I want to talk about also comes from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, Sandman. I hated him. I
love Sandman.
I hated him in this movie.
Did I hate him in this movie?
I absolutely hated him.
I don't think so. I think, well, I could say no. I'm gonna say no, because first Sandman, he came as a friend.
Yeah, I was with him.
Sandman came as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he saw, oh boy, remember Sandman is not that bright. That's what you have to remember too. He's not. I'm sorry.
See, you vouching for him, and I understand now.
It's not a vouch. It's the truth, because he sees somebody else get sucked up. He's a villain. He know that this man is a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
You know this is Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So why the hell is he locking him up? Is he about to lock me up? Come on.
Okay, so let me tell you why I didn't like Sandman, right? So the entire time, because part of this plot is that Peter and Aunt May kind of talks him into it. Peter's like, well, maybe we can cure these guys. Maybe we can fix the things that's wrong with them so they don't have to be villains anymore when they go back to their universe or whatever, which is kind of weird, because when they go back to their universe, they're going to die. Like, they're going to die anyway. But that's beside the point. So Sandman knows that Peter Parker, this Spider-Man here that he's looking at, is seeking out to help him. He sees these other bad guys out here seeking out to kill him. He still decides to side with the people who are out to kill him and raise havoc and mayhem, despite him clearly saying, hey, I just want to get home to my daughter, because that's all I care about. That's the only reason I've done the things that I've done, is for my daughter, which, if we see in Spider-Man 3, we know that tracks. That's exactly correct. I didn't like his flip-floppiness, and I felt like, Sandman, pick a damn side, because you're doing too much of this flip-flopping, and you're fucking up. That's how I felt about it personally.
Like I said, the way I felt about it was Sandman came in there. He didn't know what the hell was going on, because first of all, they didn't even know that they were dead. That's number one. So he know what the hell going on. So he sees Spider-Man. He's like, oh, me and Spider-Man, cool. So boom, let me help my main man Pete out. He go and help Pete.
But it's funny, Sandman didn't even die.
So
he whisked away with the wind.
Well, apparently they put that as death. Who knows how hard the wind was blowing?
Right.
I mean, that's just, apparently he did die. And then technically Sandman did die. The man died.
Okay. All right. We got it.
Damn.
I'll give you that.
So anyway, you know what? Next person.
Next person on the list, we have I'm gonna say the Lizard.
Yeah, I was thinking about him too.
He was I talked to somebody, I talked to a buddy of mine earlier about this movie. He said he didn't like the Lizard because he thought the Lizard was pointless. I said the Lizard was kind of pointless until it was time to turn up. Then he became
ready to turn up. He was Venom Jr. I would hate to see them two motherfuckers together.
Oh man, for real. He was ready. Lizard was just there to fuck shit up too. Like he was like,
I did not come to play.
He was like, oh, they got me trapped in here, right? All right, bet. Wait till I get out.
And he was listening. He was like, oh, I hear that shit. Yeah, they ready for me.
Yeah, and as soon as his cue came, he's like, that's it. Whoosh, and was tearing. I mean, when he threw Spider-Man through that window, that was some shit.
He did not wait.
He was there. I mean, that was wild. And that's really all we have to say about Lizard. You have anything else?
He had a good little I'm not gonna say he had a good little backstory. His backstory was funny as hell. Want to turn everybody to lizards, like that shit was funny as hell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? So because he really have a big role. So
Yeah, he's a small role, which is fine.
and he was more like the comedic relief to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
Yeah, a real villain punching bag until you had to
Mm-hmm.
scratch your ass in half.
Yeah, he has some moments for comedic relief. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Jamie Foxx Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man universe.
I thought that was awesome.
I did. I liked how they
Like
redeemed his
I've
physical
never
appearance.
I've never seen him before, so this is my first time seeing any
Oh.
of those two. I told you I didn't watch the
Oh,
Amazing
you
Spider-Man.
didn't. You did. I thought you at least saw that little bit.
No.
Oh wow.
No. Sorry, I tried. Could not.
Wow.
So anyway, no, I see a little bit of nothing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm skeptical, because if you're not the right Spider-Man, bruh, that's why I said that they nailed it with Tom. Like, all y'all little haters with y'all Amazing Spider-Man, it's over. He didn't do
Some
right.
of them are.
It's over. He didn't do right. This is the Spider-Man that we need right now. It's the Spider-Man that we need.
The one we deserve. So
Yeah.
go ahead with the Electro, because I now would definitely want to hear it.
So I liked them.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, because at first I was like, where are these other villains coming from? And so I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, when he came through, I was like, damn right.
Yeah.
He was a good villain.
Yeah, I liked his reemergence. I've seen him in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. I thought they did him much better here. It was a nice little callback showing him blue when he first appeared, because that's what he was in the Amazing Spider-Man. He was all blue the entire movie. This one, his motivation still made sense too, and that was really interesting. They kind of made him a completely new character, while still keeping him the same character. I really liked how they did that. Yeah, I liked him. I enjoyed him. He had some really fun jokes as well. With him falling into the eels and everyone saying, "Oh well, that's how it happens," huh? Like everyone just saying, "Wow, that's a little embarrassing." Things like that. It was a moment he had that I thought was hilarious when they were talking. When he was like, "Wow, I didn't know you were black." Well, he was like, "No, I didn't know you were white." He talked to Spider-Man, and he was like, "Well, it's got to be a black one out there somewhere." Yeah, for all that, he might as well just turn to the camera and winked. So that was pretty funny. So
I mean, it's like nobody knew that though.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that. So
yeah. So now getting on to the star of this here shindig. Oh man, William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. He turned the fuck up. And it's funny because I read that he said, I'll do the movie, but I want to do my action scenes.
Yo.
I saw that, I said, holy shit. If you thought he was menacing in the first Spider-Man, you ain't seen shit. He came here, saw Peter Parker, and said, oh.
He said, come here, boy. Oh, we got another Peter.
He said, oh, word. Oh, and he's weaker. Oh, I'm going to fuck this boy life up.
I'm going to fuck his head all the way up.
Ooh.
You know, I don't know who's worse, him or Chucky taking parents.
I mean, Chucky makes a living out of it, but I mean, if you say your name is Peter Parker, Goblin is on your ass. Goblin is on your ass.
Chucky makes a living out of it.
Yeah, that's all he does. Yeah.
So it's a Green Goblin.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess I don't know.
He does. Think about it. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. So the Green Goblin, he came through. He kicked ass and he took no names. He did not give one fuck. The more he got hit, the harder he came back. He was eating them that shit. He was loving it. He could not wait for Peter to flip on his ass.
Oh,
the fight was epic. The fight was epic. Now I will say it was a good fight, and I'm gonna say that it's a good fight. Everything that happened is a good start for beginning Peter.
Mm-hmm.
While I would have liked to have seen more, I would have, because like he expressed, he's full with the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So why isn't his skill level a little more than what it is?
Right.
So that's how I was feeling through the movie too. But like I said, I liked it, but I'm looking for that because I want to see it. And like I said, I did want to see a little bit more in the fight scene with the 3 Spider-Man. Like I said, yes, give Tom all the But damn, dude, just a little like them take one move together or one little combo special move they had together, that shit would have been lit. Just
Mm-hmm.
throw that shit in there on Goblin's ass.
Right.
On
Yeah,
all
because
three of
Goblin
them
one that
take
needed
care of
ass
him.
beat by all three of
That's what
them,
I'm
really.
saying. Yeah, they just come through when he was getting ready to do that shit. Nah, we
Right.
got this, bro. We about to fuck his world right up.
Yeah, I
All
loved it.
three of them taking him, yo.
That would have been wild.
But I know that would have took away from Tom, though, yo.
I
Yeah,
love
it
the
would have.
I love the action in this movie, and this was the talking about Goblin Last is a great way to segue into that. I love when Marvel does hand to hand combat. I loved it in what was it? Freaking The Winter Soldier. I loved it in Shang-Chi. Absolutely loved it in Shang-Chi. And this movie right here, I didn't think they was going to give Tom the hands, but they gave him the hands. And I mean, from hand-to-hand combat with Doc Ock, hand-to-hand combat with Goblin, I thought that was amazing. And when he fought, just like you said, when he fought Green Goblin, that fight, it's like in a burning building, first of all. And I mean, everyone's going through floors, like they're going through levels and buildings. Like I could not, I was amazed at what I was watching, to say the least. And I've never been that amazed by Spider-Man. Like by watching him fight, I've never been that amazed. It's like, oh, it's always the webs, and he does some cool stuff, you know, hitting people with the webs and throwing stuff. But like when him actually punching the hell out of somebody, and it was a point where he was punching Goblin, like you said, and Goblin just eating this shit, like, yeah, come on, let the rage out, let the rage out. And then that.
But the thing is what I'll say to that is, yeah, they showed all of that. They showed, but this is young Spider-Man. Old Spider-Man, he's gonna remember them ass whoopings and be like, yo, I gotta make smarter attacks.
True.
Like you can't be going around like Spider, like
but an older Spider-Man
like
does
Batman.
fight like that though. I feel that's what, and that, like, to your credit, I feel that's why I feel like a lot of Spider-Man movies don't show him hand-to-hand combat, because this is the little bit I know in the comics. I know about Spider-Man's power level at the most. He is he can dish out some fights now. He can dish out some blows, and he's strong as shit. Like when he slammed the Goblin, that wasn't just off of anger or rage. He can do that on any given day. He can slam the shit out of someone twice his size. He has that strength. We rarely see it. Spider-Man's strong as shit. Don't get him fucked up. And that's why I like this Tom Holland Spider-Man as well, because they do take a lot of time. They show like a lot of the shit he can do, but they don't really dive that deep into it. So I do hope if they continue, or when they continue, they do show his super strength like that. Because he even took on Cap. Remember, he fought Cap. So
he was fighting with the Avengers. They know he got to be strong in some type of way. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely give the action on this movie. Like, there's so many moments I loved, but the action on this movie is A+. So now that we've talked about the villains, we talked about the Spider people. Well, Dave, Sam, what the hell is this movie actually about? Is it just Spider people and villains? No, this movie is very much a Tom Holland Peter Parker movie. So it starts off literally from the end of the events of No Way Home, where his not No Way Home, Far From Home, where his identity was revealed by Mysterio, and you see like everything, like they play the audio from it, and then they play exactly what happens after he says, "What the?" So he's just trying to get away from the city. Everyone's hounding him. You have people who believe Mysterio was right and that Spider-Man is a murderer. You have people that believe that Spider-Man is still a good guy and a good person, because he's an Avenger after all. He can't be that bad. So you have a lot of just Peter Parker is just trying to make everyone's life normal. He's still trying to get into college, MIT. His friends can't get in because they're associates of Spider-Man or Peter Parker, so they're seen as controversial or dangerous people. There's a very awesome cameo in this movie by Daredevil, Matt Murdock, who is the same actor from the Netflix series, which is awesome because we just got Kingpin also from the Netflix series and the Hawkeye TV series recently. So hopefully we keep them coming. So yeah, Peter's pretty much.
Rate this. I'm gonna step up. So I would like to rate this movie out of 5. I would give it a 4-2. I'll give it a 4-2. I would give it that because I could see where I can watch this again and pinpoint everything out. Because like I said, a lot of things was predictable. It like mentally, Like it was like damn that, but it was also like over. It was like overjoyed. It's like yeah, they should do that. Oh, they did that. Like it was like that.
Mhm.
And they need to do that shit. Oh shit, they did it. Like that's what I got from. So I really enjoyed that part of it. Um, let me see. Like I said, there was a couple of things. Like I'm glad it didn't drag on in some parts. Like at the beginning, I thought it was gonna drag out longer, but it didn't. I was like, yes, they cut off right on time because I was about to start bitching and say this is gonna be the first thing I bitch about when I do that review, but it wasn't. So yeah, like overall, yeah. But like I said, just overall fan excitement over here because he was just doing the damn most yesterday. The entire most the entire most yesterday. So
I'll tell y'all about that.
so yeah, so for me, like I said, I always come into things differently. So his overjoyed, like I said, when we watch it again, he's definitely not gonna feel that. It was a good movie. It really was.
What did you think about Doctor Strange, real quick?
I love Doctor Strange in there. Doctor Strange was that shit.
Yeah,
he was that shit. That the whole saga of Doctor Strange to include everything in there, every character that was even in this movie. Yes. So I'm anxious and ready to see. End credits. Looking forward to those movies as well. So yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I cannot stay up.
So everybody, let's give Sam a round of applause
go ahead and
for joining us.
Black me out so I can get out.
Hold on.
Oh no! Look, I'm back
Look,
up there.
just go.
Bro, put the black up thing. Put your finger over the thing.
You know what?
Over the camera.
Here.
Just put your finger over it.
Just look.
Bro,
If you would have just got up and left, you're excused. The people understand. The people, y'all understand, right? Y'all understand. Put in the comments that y'all understand. You know, gosh, you know, we're humans. Y'all know we people. We work 9 to 5s and whatnot every day. You know, but let's thank Sam for being here for the review. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm almost done anyway. I just want to tell y'all what the general movie was about. So, of course, you know, Peter's like, yo, like nothing's going right. Everyone knows I'm Spider-Man. Y'all seen the trailer. So, of course, he goes to Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, you know, does the spell. Of course, you know, you guys already know he fucks up the spell. And now, you know, that's when the multiverse stuff happens. So that's pretty much I was wrapping up. I was going a long way, but still wrapping up anyway. But I'm gonna talk about Doctor Strange real quick. Now I'm about to be out of here myself. So Doctor Strange in this movie, I thought was incredible. First of all, I love Doctor Strange. Let me make that clear. I love him. Like, he is one of the best characters in Marvel. Like, I saw his first movie. I was like, okay, I see he got a little potential. I'm not going to act like I was a big fan of the first movie because I really wasn't that heavy on it. But I did enjoy it, right? And so much so that the next time I saw him and I saw him kind of turn up more, I'm like, oh, snap, like, that's really cool. And the more I see the sorcerers, all the sorcerers, Wong, Strange, any random sorcerer on the side, I get excited. So seeing Doctor Strange and Peter fight through the mirror dimension and seeing Doctor Strange do the astral projection thing was amazing. It was incredible. I loved it. I can't wait for Doctor Strange 2. I can't wait for Doctor Strange 2. That's all I say there. Another thing with the Spider-Man movie as well is this made really good use of the spider sense. There was a scene in particular, and I wish I'd have talked about this while Sam was sitting here because she had a really awesome take on that as well. But as she puts it, when Peter's walking around in his apartment building or whatever, what are they staying with Happy? Yeah, they were staying with Happy. So when Peter's walking around, he had all the villains around him. All of a sudden, he starts getting this feeling, and like you feel this tension, and he's like walking around. He's like, "What in the world is going on?" He's like, "Something's not right. Something's not." He's just looking around, and the more everyone kind of surrounds him, the stronger the feeling gets, right? So Sam says that, as Sam puts it, he sensed their bloodlust. To which I do agree. Initially, I thought he was just sensing the bloodlust of everyone, like around in the room. So I was like, dang, they about to jump him. Nah, he looked at Green Goblin, and it just went in. From there, it went down. It was insane, man, because his spider sense, like I said, it picks up on danger. Everyone knows that. You guys know that. His spider sense picks up on danger, and the danger, the immediate threat, more than anyone else in the room, was Green Goblin. I was so hyped at how his spider sense was used in this movie. Even when Doctor Strange pushed his did the astral projection thing. And you see they did show the little squiggles coming out of his astral projection for the spider sense. But when Doctor Strange was trying to grab the little mystical box away from Peter, his body, without the soul inside of it, unconscious body, is dodging Doctor Strange the whole time because his spider sense is that lit. This movie did so much for Spider-Man and really kind of show the power level that Spider-Man is on, because come on, guys, Spider-Man is a very, very powerful hero. Let's not get it messed up. And this movie and this trilogy of movies has done an amazing job at showing us that. And I cannot wait for the next trilogy of movies. They're already working on the fourth one, so I'm excited for that. Mid-credit scene, make sure you stay for that. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. It does have to do with Venom, but I won't say too much about that. I've already spoiled enough. And the post-credit scene is the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness trailer, to which I screamed at the top of my lungs. If you were at the theater that I was at, you'll recognize this face. If you were at the theater that I was at last night for the 420 showing, you saw me and you heard me, all right? And I don't regret it. I'm embarrassed for myself, but hey, I got to hold strong, man. I'm hyped. I've been waiting for Doctor Strange 2 forever, and when the review time comes, I'm going to be probably dressed like a wizard. For real. So much more things that happened in this movie that I might have to do a little bit of a part 2 with some people that I wanted to bring in for this review here, but scheduling didn't work out the way I imagined. But I might do a part 2 for this, just to kind of talk with some other people and also get their point of views on it and talk about some more things that maybe I forgot about, maybe I skipped over in this review. But for all that, we went on so long tonight, longer than usual. So thank you guys for tuning in to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. If you have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home, make sure you guys go and see it. It is an amazing movie. It's worth it. I give it a 4.9. Oh, y'all thought I was going to throw that 5 out there. No, I give it a 4.9 out of 5. Thought it was great. I can't think of any. I didn't like the Sandman. That's the one thing I didn't like. But other than that, man, it was a solid movie, a solid film. Is it the best Spider-Man film? For now, I'm gonna say it definitely is on the higher side of the list. But Into the Spider-Verse has it. Ooh, Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man film. I'm sorry. Like, if y'all don't think Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man film, you are wild. But this is definitely a close second. This is definitely a celebration of Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see what comes next. So thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button down below if you enjoyed our review. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, take care of yourselves, and Merry Christmas. If we don't see y'all before the holiday, Merry Christmas. Peace.